Layn, HyreCar University. I have another valuable tactic and tip and trick for y'all how to actually retrieve your coordinates. Coordinates are this. We often use Google Maps and different map apps, but coordinates are so important because coordinates give you the exact location down to the last degree. For example, as a HyreCar owner, you have an address listed in HyreCar, and what happens is oftentimes when people get to your address, they might be on the wrong side of the address. They might be on the back side of the address, the left side of the address, the right side, the front of the address, and maybe the car is in the opposite part of the lot. Or, and also, oftentimes I don't ever recommend listing your home address or meeting people at your home address. But if you want to do that, that's cool with me. If that's what you want to do, I don't recommend it though. So, coordinates do it mask your address so that way at least you don't list your public address. At least you just list coordinates so you don't have your actual address. And what this does also is it gives them the exact location where your car is for pickup and where they're supposed to drop it off at. Oftentimes when you add only an address, they might show up at the actual address, but they might show up in the back side of the address or the front side or the left side or right side. Instead of doing that, how about this? How about giving them exact coordinates so that they locate exactly where the car is? Doesn't matter what side of the lot the car is on, they can locate it because the coordinates are specific to degrees. It's not specific to just the numbers. It's much more accurate, much more exact. So I highly recommend doing that. Also, it works in reverse, where if they have an accident, if the car is stolen, if they are in a hit and run situation, if they need help, if the tire blows out and they need roadside, whatever the case might be, this is more accurate and easier for tow truck drivers, especially higher car roadside service, to find them or for you to locate them. Because whether they're in a long stretch of land where there's no street signs for miles, what if it's really dark? What if they're around just wilderness or like an area where it's just there's no signage, there's no other street addresses, there's nothing listed, there's no stores, no restaurants, nothing around them where they could give that to you. Not a problem. With coordinates, all they have to do is tap down, and I'm gonna share my screen and show you how to do this, and they can actually get their exact coordinates and send that to you, send that to HyreCar, and be located in no time in a really fast manner. But if you don't teach them this, then if they go through an accident claim with their vehicle, especially since they're long-term rentals, typically they don't know how to give you the actual address or give HyreCar address, which isn't their fault. They don't know how to do it, and a lot of people don't know how to do this. So this is something you should teach them upon meeting them. Teach them how to do this, and I highly recommend that. Please teach them that, but also makes your life easier so that if there's a claim that happens, you can locate the vehicle a lot faster, or HyreCar roadsides can locate it a lot faster. And the cool thing about this is it gives them an easier shot of actually locating your vehicle upon pickup and drop off. Like, subscribe, share, and follow the screen through. I'm going to share exactly how to do this. Follow the screen. You're going to learn. It's so simple. I'm going to teach you how to do this. I'm going to share my screen. Hey y'all, welcome to Layn HyreCar University. Thank you for following me through. I'm going to teach you how to implement the pin drop strategy. This is a very valuable strategy that most people aren't aware of, just in general. I use this all the time. And this is a way to get your coordinates so you give your HyreCar renter the exact address of your pickup and drop off location. Highly recommend to do this so that they're not lost, because maybe they don't know your area, maybe they're confused. And yes, you can put in your actual address, but oftentimes the address they still might be confused by, because maybe like it pulls them to a different location. Oftentimes you might put in an address and it brings you to that location, but at the same time, or whatever, maybe like I've noticed where sometimes they're if they're using Google Maps or some type of map address or map locator, it brings them down the street sometimes. Why that happens, not the biggest deal, but this is just a more accurate way to do this. And also, let me just dive right. Let me show you. So for example, I could pick any city, state I want. Doesn't matter. So I don't care what city or state you're a HyreCar owner in. Let's pick a random one. Let's pick Utah. Click Utah. So all you do is you press your finger on the screen. You hold it for 2 seconds. See that red pen? You bring up the red pen. Let's do this. Label. You select the label icon. Now let's label it pickup. You can label it whatever you want, but let's just do pickup. Voila, pickup. Somewhere in Utah. And again, I'm a Los Angeles HyreCar owner, but this strategy works for any state, any province you're currently in. Doesn't matter. So look at that. Now look, edit. Now if I go here and click on the red pin, you press the red pin now. What this does, it pulls it up exactly my location, or the location you put, and see where it has an 85CCV right under Utah. Click it, plus code, copy to clipboard. All you have to do now is send that code. You copy and paste that and send that to through HyreCar messaging or through to your HyreCar renter through text message. Now they have your exact coordinates. Yes, you can add your address, but this is even more accurate because it'll bring them exactly to where you want them to go to, exactly where the car is. Addresses, sometimes they don't know if they're on the back side of the address, the front side of the address. You might be on, yes, you gave them the address, but maybe you're on the back side of the address or the front of the address or whatever the case is. This, if you're in a lot, a parking lot, even if that's your home, if whatever you want, I don't recommend homes, but if you want to put your home there, okay, but you can meet them somewhere down the street. You give them an actual coordinate, so the coordinate brings them exactly to the exact point you need them at. And another great tip and trick to do is, once you meet them, teach them how to actually do this. It's very simple. And the reason this is important, because if they're in an accident in some other city, state, or county that they're in while they're driving with your car, what might happen is, if they don't know the area well, or they don't know how to find a cross streets, whatever the case is, or they gave the address but maybe they're on one side of the address and not the other, tow truck drivers have a hard time finding them, or a HyreCar won't be able to locate them as easily. If you give them exact coordinates, the tow truck driver, also HyreCar roadside, can actually find them, or you can even find them exactly down to the last degree. Highly recommend teaching your HyreCar renters this quick, easy tip and trick. Most people don't know this, and this is how you can teach people how to put in their coordinates, so if they're in an accident, they can actually be located a whole lot easier. Maybe they're stranded in a long stretch of the line where there's no cross streets for miles, so they can't put a cross street in. They don't have an address. They're on a long stretch of land. Coordinates can help locate someone no matter where they're at. Like, subscribe, share. Love you guys. This is another hack, another gem for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Conrad Layn. If you guys have any questions or any tips or tricks you want me to go over, or want me to elaborate on anything further, make something a little more clear, feel free to leave comments below. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Conrad Layn out. Peace.